Hi everyone, my name is Paula and welcome to Relatively Refined. On this channel, my sisters Kathleen, Patty, and I hope to inspire you to make your life beautiful on a budget. And you can see back here in just a minute, I'm sure she'll jump again, is my dog Phoebe. She is hoping for a treat. Every time I sit down to film something, she runs over and starts asking for treats. Anyway, today's video features two beautiful tablescapes created by Kathleen and Patty. I will have a tablescape for you, but will be in a separate video in which I share some of my other fall decor. I hope that you enjoy these beautiful tablescapes and that they inspire you to create your own fall table setting. I also want to take a minute to thank all of those of you who have subscribed to our channel. We really appreciate your support. We did meet our goal of 500 subscribers by the end of the summer, and we are so grateful to all of you who helped us meet that goal. On to 1,000. All right, let's go ahead and get into these beautiful fall tablescapes.
Hi, it's Kathleen from Relatively Refined. Welcome to our fall tablescape episode. So when creating a fall tablescape, it's really helpful to have something that you're going for, something that helps you sort of anchor the decor and the look that you're going for. And so for my tablescape, because there's a lot of choices. I mean, there's fall here in Vermont, there's golds and browns and oranges and yellows and greens. And so you kind of have to decide what element am I going to feature in my tablescape? So for me, I'm going to start this video by sharing you some of the pieces that I chose as inspiration for the tablescape, particularly the centerpiece of the tablescape. And from there, I sort of built outward onto the table setting. So to start, I have these green kind of fuzzy pumpkins that I've had for a while. And I've had them in my cupboard and I've stuck them around the house, but I've never really featured them on the table. So I decided that this was going to be my sort of my base, my anchor for what I was going to do with the fall centerpiece for the tablescape. And I really like texture, and these have an amazing texture, and they have a really cool color too. It's definitely a fall green versus a summer or a spring green. So I started with that. And the other pieces that I wanted to sort of incorporate were I have these new napkins that I had. I've had these. And I really liked the gold, sort of it's kind of a brownish gold color in the napkin, very neutral, because the tableware that I'll use, the plates and for the table setting, is a very neutral off-white color. So I'm trying to bring out sort of the greens and the golds. And so that was another color that I wanted to be sure and feature. I also went apple picking yesterday, and right now the ginger golds are the ripe apples. And so it's this kind of green color that I wanted to feature, as well as I have these artificial but really nice looking artificial pears, which bring out that more yellow or gold. So again, the greens and the golds and the browns. I am going to use the wicker chargers that I bought, the rattan chargers, and I'm also going to use, these are the placemats that I have, which are also very textured, kind of a woven, almost like a grass cloth brown texture that I wanted to use in the fall tablescape. And lastly, I have 3 of these ceramic white or off-white really urns that I got at a yard sale many years ago, and I think it was $5 for all 3 of them. I don't know that I'm going to be able to use all 3 of them, but I wanted to at least incorporate one in the centerpiece of the tablescape. So again, this was a piece that will anchor it, and again, it's that creamy color that I was going for. And lastly, when I look outside, right now, I have hydrangea bushes that are absolutely gorgeous. And look at the size of the blooms. So I wanted to use those in the tablescape. And sometimes they're this beautiful white. Sometimes there's little tints of green. And sometimes as the fall goes on, there's a little bit of a pink color. So That will be sort of the surprise element, kind of a pop of perhaps pink from the hydrangeas. So that's how those are the colors that I'm using to kind of base my tablescape on. My only other sort of must do when I was creating this tablescape was I had to use everything that I already have. I was like, I vowed I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to go thrifting for anything. I am going to use everything and anything that I have already here in the house or outside. So whether that be the hydrangeas outside or perhaps some leaves or even the fruit that I picked the other day. So I've sort of set the stage for you on how I began choosing a theme for my fall tablescape, since there's so many to choose from, in my opinion. So now I will share with you how that tablescape turned out. And so here is the finished fall tablescape. I'm going to start out with the centerpiece, with what I shared with you, how I sort of got the inspiration for the theme for this table setting. And there are those green fuzzy pumpkins. I have 3 of them that I really wanted to anchor the centerpiece. And the urn, I decided to go with one of those white ceramic urns and fill that with the hydrangeas from the backyard. I also sort of scattered about some real apples. Those are the ginger gold apples, along with some of the faux pears and even some faux green apples. And so a little bit of sort of potpourri kind of spirals and things that I had floating around. The ceramic pears and apples my daughter made. And so I thought those really fit nicely with the theme. There are 2 sets in there. On either end, I have a white pumpkin that I picked up, I think it was Saturday, a local farmer's market for like $1.40. Going with I had to already have it or it had to be outside. And I used these brass candlesticks that I have. I have a set of 8 and I've used them at Christmas time. I've never used them any other time. They have multi-heights, so they give a little bit of depth and height and interest to the centerpiece. And I used 4 of them. I figured that was enough on this centerpiece. And then I also sprinkled in there some twinkle lights, some fairy lights in there. So when the candles aren't lit, those will come on. At each place setting, let me share with you a place setting. I started with the wicker or the rattan charger that I shared with you at a recent haul. And I layered on our everyday dishes. Really, these are everyday ceramic dishes. They have sort of a hand cast look. They're not perfectly even round and they have a raw edge on them, but there are everyday dishes. And this is set for a table of 6 for soup, salad, and bread. So these are the soup bowls in there. There's the napkins where I got the inspiration for the gold, sort of the mustard color, kind of yellow gold in there. So those are the napkins, along with the plates that I also shared at a recent haul that fit the color scheme perfectly. And they're all sitting on a placemat that I had purchased from Target on sale a while ago. And I decided to use the gold silverware to kind of go with, again, that yellow gold color theme. And each place setting is actually exactly the same. There is one difference. I had these 4, I think they're beer glasses. They have a really nice, they have birds on them, different birds. They're from Orvis. I got these at a yard sale, but there were only 4 of them for, I believe, $12. So I used 4 of those in the middle, and on the ends, I used another thrift shop or marketplace find, which are these Simon Pierce wine glasses. I only have 2 of them, so I used those on the ends. And I used the other glasses for the other 4 place settings. Because this is soup and salad and bread, the bread will go here, and these little wooden holders will hold either some cheese or some olives or some dipping sauce, olive oil for the bread. And my mom gave me those at a recent visit to her in Florida. And I just loved them. And the apples and pears fit perfectly with the theme of this tablescape. And there is a thrifted soup tureen matching the color scheme that I had. And I'll just take you around one more time and you will see the salad bowl, which again is a ceramic piece that my daughter made. I've had for a while. And there's the salad bowl. So starting with the inspiration of the green pumpkins and the yellow apples that I picked yesterday up at our local apple orchard, and the gorgeous and incredibly abundant hydrangeas that are outside my window right now, I decided to use that this year instead of the oranges and the browns and the rust colors, which I often do. I may still do a different tablescape similar to that, maybe closer to Thanksgiving. But for now, it's early fall, and the greens and the whites and the pinks seem to make a really nice statement for this. Today happens to be a dreary fall day, but we've had some beautiful ones, and I'm sure we'll have some more. So thank you for watching. I hope you got some inspiration on, taking a chance on your fall tablescape. It doesn't have to be the typical colors, although those are gorgeous and beautiful, and it's really hard to make a decision. So once you land on something that you really, really love, build from that and build your whole table setting and your whole tablescape from that particular color or item, whatever that may be. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
So let's take a look at my fall tablescape. My inspiration for this tablescape started with these candles that I purchased because they reminded me of pumpkin soup, and I thought the color was spot on. So I think that may be the only thing I purchased for this tablescape. Oh, that's not true, the mom. So I bought these thinking, okay, I love this color. This color speaks to me. It screams fall. So that's how this all started, and it reminded me of soup. So my centerpiece is my false graph heritage soup tureen. And this soup tureen I love, but would love it even more if it had a lid and ladle. It does not. I thrifted it as is. And it makes a great vessel for flowers or any kind of floral centerpiece or whatever you want to put in it. I picked this mum up today and just put it in. And I have to say, I usually like the orange mums, but I really wanted to try something different in here. So I purchased the white one. So I'm going to start in the center with my table runner. It has these lovely cream and white stripes. This was a gift from my sister Paula, and I do not know if she thrifted this or purchased it new. It might have been on clearance, but I do remember it being a bargain. And so this is perfect for my dining room table. I also have these super cute pheasants, which if I purchased these at a thrift store earlier, and they're actually salt and pepper shakers. I don't use them as such, but I did spray paint them, and I think they just make a cute little accent piece for fall. And so there they are. And then my beautiful squash colored candles, I did purchase those at a local store, and they are in my gorgeous Baldwin brass candle holders with a hurricane over them, because the hurricanes just elevate things, and they're also very practical because they can keep the flame contained. And they notice most everything on this table is cream and white and gold and this squash color. And so you may be wondering why this blue chinoiserie blue willow plate is under here. It's because I just thought it was too much white and I really wanted to break it up with something. And so I really like these blue plates. This is just a stack of false craft plates. And then on top is that sweet little accent plate that I got, the Friendly Village plate that I purchased from a thrift store, and a cloche that was a gift from my mom. And this is just a great way to use these little random bread and butter plates. They make great little accent plates. And if you want height, you can just stack them on existing white plates, put a cloche over it, and it's fantastic. Settings are about as simple as it gets. Because my theme was pumpkin soup or butternut squash soup, I went with a very simple setting. I have my large plate underneath. That is the West Elm plate that I thrifted. And it was actually my August thrift find of the month. And I love the braided border on that and the scalloping. And then I just have this little, just a neutral colored napkin. I thought it sort of looked earthy and hearty, and I just loved it. So on top of that, I have a false craft bread and butter plate and a false craft heritage bowl. And this is where I would have really liked the blue willow salad plate. I think that would have been really cute under that, but I don't have that particular size. And there are my bronze flatware that you saw me purchase at a yard sale, and I love the gold accent. And then this was great. I actually forgot I had these. I use these a lot at Thanksgiving. These are a set of, these glasses are have a pheasant on them. And the pheasant reminded me of, see what we've got going on here. And then look at the colors, right? So you can see the candle and my glass. And this was totally unintentional. I love these glasses and I only use them a few times a year. I'm going to have to keep them out for the fall because I love them. And they say if you continue to buy things in a certain color palette, or in my case, like the sort of hunt theme, like pheasants and gold, that, that may be your style peeking out. And so if you're ever questioning what your style is, go look at your Pinterest. What are you drawn to? What colors, what items? And I think you might then be able to formulate a style. So I thought that was funny that I had those. I love them, and they are just a perfect fit for this table. Over here on the end, I just have, because it wouldn't be soup without bread, I have a sourdough loaf that I made. You are at all on the sourdough train, and you would like me to post any videos or tutorials on that, I'm happy to do that. I've been at it for a couple years now. And I couldn't really decide what to do with it. I needed some height. So this is this clear sort of demi pedestal. It's a very small pedestal, cake pedestal. And on top of it, I put just this nice piece of wood, which is like a wooden trivet. And then I had, this is a cloth napkin, but if you look at the colors, it has the cream and the beige and the blue. So it really ties into the table runner, the candle, and my blue willow plate. And then I have a false craft serving dish here and one here. And I just swapped out the ladle for one of my bronze ladles there. So this is a very simple tablescape. I used all thrifted items. I should have probably mentioned that cake pedestal is thrifted. All these false craft serving dishes and plates are thrifted. So it's a very simple tablescape. I didn't want it to be too cluttered. And to me, this color, this inspiration color here, really spoke to me. I just didn't know what could be more fall than that color. So I'm going to back away so you can see my fall tablescape. And actually it might go this way. And I think it's a nice, warm, inviting, simple fall tablescape. And I think it's very inviting. So thank you for watching.